Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Lesson number 2. Why teach financial literacy? Kiyosaki starts with saying retirement does not mean not working. It means you don't have to work, you can choose to work. And most entrepreneurs choose to work way after the age of retirement because they are doing something that they want to, not something that they have to do. And this is something that I am striving for. I want to be in the position when I'm 64 or whatever my retirement age will be. I don't need the money that I started saving up in my 20s. I want to have the ability to continue working for as long as I want. Because if you get to choose to work and you don't have to do it, you will want to work. You will do the things that you love. I want to retire because I can, and I want to work because I want to. Too many people are focused on money, while their biggest wealth might be their education. If you are educated, if you understand money, money will come. You will see the difference between a good and a bad opportunity. You will be able to make bad opportunities into good ones, and more opportunities will come your way, both because people are seeing that, okay, this is a person who knows how to make good deals, but also you are seeing where the opportunities are. You know where to look. Intelligence solves problems and produces money. Money without financial intelligence is money wasted. If you win 1 million at the lottery today, what would you do? Would you spend it all? Would you save it? Would you invest it in the stock market or start a company? Most people who win at the lottery, or most people who are professional athletes and get high pay, just a few years later or 1 year later, all that money is gone because they don't know how to manage the money. Just because you have money doesn't mean you will stay rich. The rich know how to make the money work for them to produce more money, while the poor and middle class just gets money and thinks, okay, now what are all the things that I want to buy? You need to think about where can you put your money? How can the money work for you so that you still have that money in 20, 50, 100 years? Maybe you won't live that long, but your money might. Mr. Kiyosaki says that most people in their drive to get rich tries to build Empire State Building on a 6-inch slab. You have to have the right foundation. Otherwise, that Empire State Building will be the Leaning Tower of Pisa, or will be nothing because it will collapse. That's why I'm reading. I love to read books that are non-fictional, books where I learn things, I develop myself. And with today's social media, you can go on YouTube, you can go on Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, you name it, and you can get the information that you want to. You can have a broad foundation. You can have a foundation to build something that's twice the size of the Burj Khalifa. But if you don't start, you won't have anything. You need to start. First build the foundation, but then you also need to start building the building. Learn the difference between an asset and a liability. The rich buy assets. The middle class buy liabilities that they think are assets. The poor just buy liabilities. Think of it like this. Assets puts money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out of your pocket. If you want to be rich, you need to buy assets. Assets are things like investments in anything. If you invest in something, you put money in there, the money works for you. You might think a car is an asset because it's something you owe and it's something that you can sell, but the value of the car drops drastically by you buying it and driving out of the store. If you go back and want to sell it, you're in debt. If you want to become rich, spend your time building and buying assets. The difference between assets and liabilities is a good example of why people struggle financially, because they usually don't understand either words or numbers, such as liability and assets, or how many percentages or something you tax if you own it yourself or if your corporations own it. Understand cash flow. Cash flow tells the story about how a person handles money. So here you can see, here are your assets, here are your liabilities, expenses and income. Your cash flow is how the money moves between this. The thing with financial literacy is that money rarely solves your money problems. Getting more money without being intelligent enough about how to manage that money will keep you poor. For many, getting more money means getting more debt, getting more liabilities instead of getting more assets. Investments aren't as risky if you are financially literate, if you understand the risks, if you manage the risks of the investments. I have not been financially literate at any point in my life. I love spending money because I come from a poor mindset. When I get money, I think, what can I buy? When I came over that mindset and started investing, started thinking, okay, instead of buying something, I will put this amount of money in different stocks and buying shares and making that money work for me. For me, actually putting money into the stock market raises my interest in knowing about the stocks that I have my money in and learning about how the stock market works. The best way to learn is to do it yourself. If you fail, you fail. Failing is good because failing means you tried. If you never try, you never fail. And I rather lose a bit of money and learn from those mistakes than not invest at all and just buy things that are liabilities and lose all my money in that way.